What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. We hope that everyone is staying safe, doing good, uh, keeping your head above ground as we are over here. Um, we gonna get right into it today. We want to talk about, and I think this is something we touched on a little bit on our show, but we really want to, with recent events, if you will, get into this today. We want to talk about letting go of dead weight, negativity, uh, excuses, and people, just not owning up to or reclaiming their own and being who they really need to be. Um, we all in competition. We should say everybody else is in competition because we don't really care what anybody else has going on, because a lot of us aren't really doing anything for our own people. We just really looking out for number one, and that's ourselves. Uh, we surround ourselves with the wrong people, put ourselves in the wrong circle. We keep making wrong decisions, stupid decisions, unnecessary decisions, and we wonder why, which we should already know why we in the predicament that we wind up in. And we know this from past experience, being stupid, falling back, going back, listening to the wrong people, especially the main ones that ain't doing nothing for themselves. Ain't doing nothing constructive, positive in their life, period. And always got something to say about what you're doing. And don't have that advice to change their own life. So that's like a long time ago, we just stopped listening to people. We used to make that same mistake and surround ourselves, yes, we finna say it, with broke people that ain't trying to make no moves, don't even want to get a 9 to 5. Like, for real, we got one. Do we want to do it? Do we want to work for somebody else? Nah. But it's something we got to do right now until we can really make them moves and get to where we really want to be at. A lot of times, it ain't about what you want to do. It's about what you got to do. We knew this years ago, and really realizing it now, living the life that we are, and our situation ain't about what you want to do. It's about what you gotta do if you want to get out the situation you in, or you want to surround yourself with better people. That's up to you. It ain't up to nobody else. And we always want to blame other people for where we wind up at in our life. And yeah, like we said before, people might have wronged you 9 times out of 10, ABC, etc., whatever the case may be, but still. And something else we had to learn, no matter what other people do, you have control over yourself. And we're going to try to get this saying correct. We don't know about heart, but we're going to try to get it correct. Think if you surround yourself with broke people, you're going to stay broke. Think it's something along the lines of that. You surround yourself with rich people, making moves and real moves. We ain't talking about just sitting around talking, bumping your gums all day. We're talking about really making a move. That's what you're going to become. That's your choice. That's why it's called free will. You always have that. We allow people to stop us before, especially when we first got into doing music. When we was doing our little, thought we was doing our little modeling thing a few years ago, writing. all through the whole 9 yards. We allowed that to happen because we were surrounded by the wrong people. And everybody gonna run across these people at some point in your life. If you haven't, you're going to at some point. You're gonna run across people that don't want to see you succeed, don't want to see you make it. And we hate to say it's our own black people that do it. We pretty sure other, races may do it as well, but we just seen it amongst our people. And this is people that we know, should we say used to know, because we don't even deal with them no more personally. And still now, like, use our kids against us, whole 9 yards. Like, we a bad person, a bad mother, and we really had to tell ourselves, like, number one, if our kids really felt like that, we always have a open relationship with them. They'll let us know. We keep it real with them, they keep it real with us. But we had to realize, nah, stop listening to all that garbage. Stop listening to all that hearsay and that nonsense. For what? For people that ain't even doing no better than you. They don't want to do nothing. They cool with settling for the life that they live in. You call us crazy or whatever, but we just not. It was always something deep down, like we knew we were supposed to be doing something bigger and better. And it ain't even necessarily about making money. Now we want to save our own people and help them. Our own sisters, we should say. Now we know, and we wish we could get into it, but we seeing things in our life that we have never seen before. And experiencing and learning a whole new chapter, should we say, of our life, and reclaiming, waking up, loving ourselves. That's where one of the places, the main places it really started, loving yourself. Because if you're not doing that, nobody else is going to do that. You're going to keep attracting the wrong people, especially getting in relationships. And we know that from experience too. Hate to say it, but like we said, we were stupid. Thought we was doing it whole 9 yards. But now, all that's in the past. Now, being on another level, we don't compete. We don't really care what people got going on, because 9 times out of 10, they're not helping us. They're not doing it for the right reasons. But, every year there's something that we started doing. If you're not supporting, you're not helping us, you just want to get money out of us, and y'all know who we talking about. I ain't trying to call nobody out, but you know who we talking about. And helping promote, congratulations, we proud of you, none of that. You're getting eliminated, deleted, real talk, out of our life. We did it last year. We done cut off a whole bunch of our family, people we got kids with, everybody, so-called friends that was never really our friends in the first place. Gone. We're not playing. We don't want to be surrounded by none of that negativity, none of that stuff that's gonna bring us down or ain't gonna help us. We have control over that. We the ones that got power over that, not anybody else. And we done been called every name in the book. We don't care. We are happy from the inside out, and it shows. We love ourselves from the inside out, and it shows. And the only person we have to prove that to is Master Muhammad, to be praised forever, is taught by most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad. And that's it. If nobody else sees it, appreciates it, loves us, ain't got nothing to do with us. If they got something to say, gossip, whatever, ain't got nothing to do with us. We can feel it. We can tell. We're not stupid. But that's just one of the many things we had to let go of, and we advise y'all, to do the same thing. For real, you don't need to be surrounded by that. It's too much going on. Y'all need to be paying attention because we are in the end of everything right now. We know this. We've seen it. And we out here trying to impress people and look good and be seen for what? You're gonna be surrounded by a bunch of fake people that don't even care about you. They just care about what you're doing. You go broke or lose everything, they're gonna be gone. Man, get out of here. So okay, y'all, what we finna do is take our first quick little break, play some music, and we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast, Sunday Positivity Talk. We are talking about letting go of dead weight and negative people, and we will be right back. All right, y'all, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast for another episode of our Sensei Positivity Talk. So, for those that are just joining in, we are talking about letting go of bad weight and negativity. Now, we were talking to our husband about this morning, and this little segment, we're going to talk about how people love to be miserable. Um, when you're talking to us, it has to make sense because we've been in relationships, uh, situations, various jobs, just life, period, going through hell and was miserable. And we didn't care how hard or how long we had to fight. We made up in our mind that that ain't what we wanted to be. You know, when you been through trauma, you've been through pain, heartache, and whatnot, you get used to it. Um, some people, like we just said, they make the choice to get out of it. Some make the choice to stay in it because they really do not know what happiness feels like. But like we said, that starts from within you. The one mistake we always make dealing with other people is looking to them for your happiness, looking for them to love you and accept you. And we like to use the word all the time. We don't hear people say this, complete you. Yeah, something happens to that person, then what are you gonna do? Just saying. That's why we always use the words on our show: self-love, self-acceptance, self-esteem. All those words have in common is they start with yourself. They don't necessarily rely on anybody else. And we always make the mistake of putting that into somebody else, putting everything into another person. You can take that same energy and put it into yourself. All this energy we take into being angry and miserable and being around the wrong people, you can take all that and put into something constructive, produce something, be better. You ain't gotta compete with nobody else. Compete with yourself. Delete the old version of you and walk into the new version of who you are. You can't have both. It's just impossible. You cannot have both. You can't be miserable time. I want to be happy. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody to be my peace. I don't even know what that means. That means you want to try to control somebody, manipulate them, hold 9 yards just so you can be happy. And whether you're in a relationship or a marriage, that's not how it goes. It's not even always 50-50. It does not go that way. You can't expect somebody else to be put in 100% while you just sitting there taking and taking and taking and taking. That's not how it goes. Now, if that person dumb enough to stay around, then that's on them. But you have to be willing to give something. You ain't got to always have all the answers or, get it right, but at least be trying and have something to give back. We don't care if it ain't if it ain't nothing but some support. Telling that person you believe in them. While everybody else telling them that they don't. That little bit, it helps. Like it really does, but you cannot do that. But it takes energy. Don't get us wrong. It takes so much energy to be miserable, and that's always a choice. It takes so much energy to do that when you can take that same amount. Just like with ourselves. We the only example we can use because we can't really speak for nobody else. But we used to be like, and we had somebody tell us this one time, that same amount of energy you take into being angry and mad and miserable and hateful and vengeful and all that, take it and put it into your music, your podcast, writing. We produce a beat. Sometimes we do that when we be in a bad mood. And by the time we done with that, we actually do feel better. Instead of cussing everybody out or lashing out at people that ain't done nothing to you. Like you have a bad day at work and you come home and take it out on your spouse. That makes no sense. They ain't did nothing. If anything, they asking, baby, you good? You need me to do something? Whole 9 yards. And they trying to be there for you, and you snapping at them over something they don't even know what's going on because you ain't said nothing. That makes no sense. But you take that same amount of energy and put it into whatever. You're an author, write a book. You're artist, write some songs. That's what we did. Shoot, straight up. Some of our couple of our songs came from when we was going through a whole lot of BS at that time, and still listening to them now. Listening to the beats, we produced because our husband showed us how to do it. It didn't take us long because we love doing it. But, it's a choice. That's one of the main things we can really say. It's all a choice. You choose to allow what's going to affect you. And one word we always like to use in our life now, we put into our vocabulary is emotional content. And that's something else that people got to get rid of. Yep, you're going to have to get rid of it. Because that means you caring about what other people say. It's going to get you dead eventually. And it's not even necessarily somebody else harming you. When you're stressed, depressed, all that, it affects your body. Your heart has to work, extra harder. Especially when you yelling, arguing, fussing, fighting, and people done drop dead from doing that. For real. In the middle of arguing, just sitting, chilling, and they still mad about something, they done drop dead. We hate to say it because that's it. That ain't our job. We don't wish that on nobody. But, what we try to do with ourselves is, take deep breaths. We, in Islam, like we said, we Muslim, y'all already know this. We always have to. It's not even a choice. It's not even a choice. We have to find the brighter side, which actually does help. We don't care how bad it is. Like we always say, somebody always got it worse, number one. And we've seen worse. So we already know. We done lost everything, got it back, lost it again, blah, 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 everything. So we've seen a whole lot worse. So we don't complain at all. Like we said, we just do what we have to do and keep moving. And some days it can be rough as we don't know what. But we still have to keep our head above ground, which we are, figuratively and literally. And, do what we got to do. Find something constructive. We don't care if it's, whatever it may be. We can't speak for y'all, but whatever it may be in your life, make it mean something. Do something constructive with it. We always allow people, and we did it. We've done it. Allow them to have control over our emotions and lash out, argue, fussing, fighting. And then we look back like we didn't even have to do all that. It wasn't even worth it. It wasn't necessary. Now we just delete, holla, you gotta go. And the people that really never have nothing nice to say, never congratulations, I'm happy for you, none of that. And people that don't even ask what's going on in your life don't want to be around you. We support for support. And for anyone that knows us real well, we treat you, how you treat us. It's no pettiness or no get back involved. We just treat you how you treat us. That's how it goes. We can't be fake or friendly with you and you constantly giving us a slap in the face. That's not how that goes. Absolutely not. That is not how that goes. We're going to treat you how you treat us. You ignore us, you lie to us, use us, whatever. Same thing gonna happen. And even if we don't do it, if it's gonna come back. Whenever people do anything to us, we don't care what it is, it's always gonna come back. Because we believe in karma. You can't just keep doing people wrong. Life period. You can't just keep doing people wrong and expect to have a good life. And for those that do, and y'all out there doing people wrong, it's gonna come back. Everything gonna come crashing down all at once. And with people that ain't ever lost nothing, y'all wanna know how that straight up. Y'all probably lose y'all mind. No, ain't no probably you would. Scratch that. Scratch that, y'all. So what we finna do is take another break, play some more music, and we'll be back on the Queen Candy Podcast, another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We're talking about letting go of dead weight and negative people. Let's see here, and we will be back. All right, y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. So, just to give y'all last few words of the day, with y'all social media and you can get the show. So, like we said, y'all, we've been talking about rain, and good, and really, people, and good, and yourself with people that's, like we said, producing something, building something. Not only that, helping you out as well. And we don't mean money, we mean actually helping you. Main thing, trying to save your life. And you can only do that under the messenger's teaching, for those that do not know. It's called free will. And whether we want to own up to it or not, we all have it. You make the choice. You make the decision. It's all up to you. And we can't put it no more plain than that. Get away from negative people that never have anything positive to say. Let go of them anchors that you claim are holding you down when you're really holding yourself down. Stop doubting yourself. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. And you'll be amazed, and we still amaze ourselves at what you can really produce and what you can really do. You know, we told ourselves no more. No more of that fear holding back. And you like what we doing? Cool. You don't? Cool. And we are getting more and more confident every day saying positive things and constructive things to ourselves. Because we realize we the ones that make that choice, not anybody else. So with all that being said, y'all, we finna go ahead. Oh boy. And go down our long list of social media we have. And then we're going to go ahead and close out the show. As y'all already know, y'all can catch us every Sunday morning here on our Sunday Positivity Talk at 8:30 a.m. Spreading positivity and motivation. Y'all can follow us, the Queen Candy Podcast, and check out the Queen Candy Podcast on any podcast streaming platform. And next up, y'all can catch us every Tuesday on our LinkedIn, YouTube, and our Twitter on our DJ Queen Candy evening. Y'all can enjoy a night of live music, original music from Queen Candy of Military Camp Records. Every Tuesday evening, we do it for about an hour or so. Just play music. Like we said earlier in the show, we produce and make our own music. Thanks to our husband. Shout out to him as well for showing us how to do that. So we just figure let's get on there and jam a little bit, get it in. So y'all can catch that every Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, y'all can check us out over on Clubhouse every Sunday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're in Central, y'all, so we ain't got to keep saying that over and over. The Queen Candy Podcast and radio show, same flavor, original music, great topics, and real interviews. So that's how we do that over there. Also, you can subscribe. We have 2 YouTube channels. You can subscribe to our Queen Candy Podcast and also our Queen Candy radio show. So y'all can subscribe to both of those. Same flavor. We usually post all our shows we do on both of our YouTube channels. We actually go live, so we're actually live on YouTube as well right now on both our YouTube channels. So I can go over there and subscribe as well. Also, like we keep mentioning, all our social media, you can check out the Queen Candy Podcast. Follow us on all our platforms, on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also check out, like we said a minute ago, the Queen Candy Podcast on any podcast streaming platform. Just to name a few: Anchor, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Good Pods, Amazon, and Apple as well. So y'all can follow us on all of those. And also, y'all can check us out with our husband, my co-host KLG, every Thursday evening at 8:30 p.m. on Real Talk and Real Topics. We go real deep, real deep every Thursday, y'all. So y'all come through and check it out. Y'all going to learn something new. A lot of us have not learned before. Yeah, we go into Islam, talk about Mass Prophet Muhammad to be praised forever as taught by the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad. So we go into all that. Why men and women can't stick together. So many reasons why we can't do that. But y'all come through and check that out, and you're gonna hear something you ain't heard before. We can promise you that. So come through, check us out. Queen Candy, yours truly is your host. Our husband, KLG, is our co-host as well every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also you can check out some of our music, spoken word, on any music streaming platform. We have all four of our songs, as y'all can see: Selfish, National Anthem, Soul Survivor, and I Am. Currently, you can purchase, share, listen to them, purchase, number one, all that. Also, you can check out on the Queen Candy Podcast this and every Sunday evening on Wisdom as well at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We share our healing journey through Islam, give our personal stories, and spread positivity and motivation. And of course, once again, y'all can follow us on all our platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube page. Next up, told y'all we had a long list. Next up, you can check us out on Zeno Radio 24/7, y'all. You will hear music from myself and, of course, our husband, KLG of Military Camp Records. Everything will be in rotation 24/7. You can check out some of our music, his music, and music that we both have produced. So y'all can go over there and check that out. Just go over to Zeno Radio .com and type in the Queen Candy Radio Show, and you can also check out a few episodes of the Queen Candy Podcast over there as well. Next up, you can go over to Amazon and purchase our book, which is titled Pain, Purpose, and Survival. All you have to do is go in and type in our slave name, which is Lashika Drinkard, and type in Pain, Purpose, and Survival. The book is paperback. It is a book of poetry. It's $20 as well, so it's available over on Amazon currently right now to purchase. And of course, we just speaking about music and rotation. You can the Queen Candy Podcast and the Queen Candy Radio Show is now offering radio spins for independent artists only. We accept all genres of music that is clean, except for gospel, because like we mentioned all the time, we are Muslims, so we do not play that on our show. We do take payments through Square Cash App. If you want to do 2 weeks, that will be $25, and you can check us out on the Queen Candy Podcast. Your music will be featured there. If you want to do the 4-week deal, you will be on the Queen Candy Podcast and in rotation on the Queen Candy Radio Show. So like we said, y'all, we have a long list, y'all, of all our social media. We have a lot going on. We definitely look to connect and link up with everybody. We definitely hope to do that, so y'all can go over and check us out on all platforms. Connect with us. We are looking for guests to be on our show, to work with independent artists. And like we said, just to connect with everybody. So thank you to everyone for coming through to check out another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk. We will be here this and every Sunday at 8:30 a.m. We're finna play one more track for y'all. We're gonna close out. Y'all stay safe. And we will talk to y'all this Thursday on our show with our husband. We'll talk in real topics, and of course, y'all will see us again and hear us again next Sunday on our Sunday Positivity Talk. So with all that being said, we're finna get out of here. We'll talk to y'all later.